Hi there, Rachel here from Mount Marion Physiotherapy and Health Clinic. Today's exercise I'm going to talk through is Imprint, followed by bringing those legs into a tabletop position. So this is a brilliant exercise to strengthen the abdominal muscles of the tummy, whilst also getting a little bit of pelvic mobility and also stability of that lower back. So to begin this movement, we're actually going to lie down on our backs. Again, make sure if you need to that you have a little support for the head as you bring yourself down onto your back. So initially have the knees in a slight bend, feet flat on the floor, and what you're going to do is start by turning on the tummy muscles coming into that imprint position. So I like to think of it as you're trying to flatten your lower back right into the mat below, and at the same time imagine bringing your hips and your rib cage a little bit closer together, which should in turn turn on the tummy muscle here. Again, you should be able to breathe and talk whilst contracting these muscles. So you can have a little move around of that pelvis into different anterior and posterior tilts until you feel that you're nice and flat. So again, exhale to turn on the abdominals, ribs and hips imagining coming together, and now we have our imprint position turned on. From here, to increase the workload of the abdominals, we're going to bring in a bit of movement of our lower legs. So, to come up into a tabletop position, maintain imprint, and we're going to exhale and float one leg up to a 90 degree at the hip, 90 degree at the knee angle. If we can, we're going to match this with the other leg. So still I'm in imprint, and I exhale once more to join those legs up into a tabletop position. Hold this for a couple of seconds, working the muscles, especially those tummy muscles. Make sure that your back doesn't arch during this movement. Must keep the imprint in position. After that, exhale to float one leg at a time back down to the mat. So that's your imprint into tabletop position. This movement can be repeated a couple of times to really work that tummy muscle. So once again, imprint, abdominals turned on, exhale, gliding one, pause, exhale, gliding two, holding for a couple of seconds, and then as we exhale, float one, followed by the second back down. If bringing the two legs up is a little bit too challenging, whether it's causing a little bit of low back pain or you can't maintain that imprint position, do one leg at a time. For instance, keeping the imprint position, exhale, float the right leg up, take a pause, and as we exhale, float that leg back down. And we continue doing a couple on that same side. You're still working the tummy muscles, it's just taking a little bit of the work off. For those who want to increase the challenge, taking the upper limb support away can do this. For instance, crossing the hands over the chest whilst doing your double leg tabletop, or reaching right up towards the ceiling, and again continuing this motion. Perfect. Okay, again, you don't want any low back pain with this movement. Keep the imprint position and play around with those different positions to work the load of that tummy muscle. Again, if anyone is feeling that they're not quite getting it or needs a little bit more motivation or instruction, we are still offering our one-to-one Pilates exercises here in the clinic for anyone who just needs a little bit of variation, a push, or just a bit of more motivation.